Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is ASM 654 on the data warehouse. We on the chapter number 5 on the data extractions, transformations, and loading, or we can short form this on ETL. ETL meaning extraction, T for the transformation, and L for the loading. Okay. So ready your pen and paper. Okay, this is actually simple chapter lah, compared to the others, because it have only 20 something slide only. Alright. So actually we are on the schedule, I think, for this ASM 654. Should be on this week. I finish on chapter 5 here, but I will finish on this chapter 5 by today, so you can do a revision or try to answer the exercise question later on for this chapter. Okay, go back to this the first one, the chapter objective. It discuss the process of extracting, transporting, and transforming and loading data in a data warehousing environment, and includes the following, which is a survey broadly all the various aspects of the data extraction, transformation and loading function, and then examine the data extraction function, its challenge, its technique, and learn how to evaluate and apply this, the techniques. And we also look on the discussion on the wide range of tasks and types of data transformation function, and we look on the meaning of data integration and consolidation, also the importance of the data load function, and probe to the major method for applying data to the warehouse. And lastly is again a true sight into a why this extraction, transformation, and loading is crucial, and the time consuming, and also arduous. Okay, what the meaning by arduous here? Arduous actually similar to the difficult lah sebenarnya on this one. Okay, why this is difficult, heavy, burdensome. Okay, involving requiring efforts or difficult to actually we have to do a lot of trial and error before we can get our database run smoothly. Okay, ETL overview, a process of cost extraction, transform, and loading required to move data from the source system to be stored in the data warehouse, and data need to be carefully extracted before it being transformed and converted into strategic information. If the data is not extracted correctly, cleansed, and integrated in a proper format, query processing and delivery of business intelligence, the backbone of the data warehouse, could not be happen, will be not achieved lah here. And the company needs a way to analyze the data for critical business decision. Transactional database cannot answer complex business questions. And of course, the data warehouse provide a common data repository, which is all the data will be stored on that location, so it is easy for reach on information and the data, of course. And ETL provide a method of moving the data from various sources into a data warehouse. So we got a lot of data now, maybe from a different data mart, we want to load it into the data warehouse. What's the process? Okay, as you can see here, the slide number 4 and 5 is the same. Alright, we go to the process that consists of extraction, transformation, and load. What is the meaning actually? For the extraction, is reading data from a database. I think you get this word extraction mostly when we want to install something, the computer will say extracting. Okay, meaning that it's reading the file that to be installed, which is the setup file to be installed in that our computer. Okay, that's his extraction. For the transformation is converting the extracted data from its previous form into the form in which it needs to be, so that it can be placed into a data warehouse or simply another database. So this one maybe a converting the formats, maybe it just transform a few data properties over there maybe. Okay, and then the last one, it will be the load. which is putting the data into the data warehouse. This is where the thing that will takes time. Okay, depends on how much is the data is. Alright, this is position in the data warehouse housing architecture. Okay, you can see on the data integration, data arrangement, and of course when we on the analysis on the data warehouse will be, yes, be on the OLAP. Okay, online processing. What is OLAP, you need to remember. And then with presentation and the front end graphical user interface. Okay, this is where the metadata will be extracted to this data integration, data enrichment. Okay, I nak explain this one pun. Okay, start from left to right lah here sebenarnya. Okay, data sources, integration, reusable, selection, aggregation, calculation ni lebih kurang macam enrichment lah. Enrichment, I can say still extracting from this data marts to this from here to here. The process of transformation happen, and of course after that is loading lah. Okay, relation database. This is a relational database. Okay, symbol. This is multi-dimensional database. This is the file that been extracted. Maybe this is the logic extract transform load, which is on here, and of course logic, which require the ETL. So which one? Again, the data flow. Okay, the arrow. Kat sini dah tak ada ETL lah. No ETL. Okay, so ETL between here lah sepatutnya. Okay. Okay. This is the clear picture. This diagram to show you what where actually the process is being happen. Actually, from the data source going to the staging area before we go to the data warehouse, that is the extraction happen. Okay, and of course when we want to change the data ataupun transact the data, transform, this is where the transformation process happen. After that, on that staging area, they goes to the data warehouse, will be on the loading. Okay, so I think the simple process, if you want you to draw something or clear picture on how is the process of the ETL happen, you can refer to this diagram. Okay, alright, this is major steps on ETL process. Starting from bottom to the up, actually determine all the target data needed into the data warehouse. We have to identify what kind of data we want to have in our data warehouse. Determine all the data sources where actually we gonna get the data, and both internal and external. Prepare data mapping for target data element from sources. Okay, what are the classification of the data? Let we do under the star schema, star diagram. Okay, establish comprehensive data extraction rules. Okay, what are the things that we want to have in our table formats, and data transformation and cleansing rule. Okay, this is where the process of transformation. Plan for aggregate tables, organize data staging area and test tool. Write procedure for all data loads. This is when the loads happen, and ETL for dimension table, and ETL for the facts table. Okay. Okay, if you see this one related to the past chapter 4 and chapter 3. Okay. Okay, we go one by one. On the first one, data extraction of new or modified or deleted data from sources, insertion into staging area or directly into a data warehouse. So it's a major factor differentiate data extraction for a new operation system from the data extraction to for a data warehouse. So it need to extract data from many disparate sources, different sources sebenarnya, and need to extract data on the changes for ongoing incremental load as well as for one-time initial full load. Okay, that is on the data extraction. Okay, there's some issue that commonly happen when this data extraction process is on the source identification, whereby the identify source application on source structures is maybe unclear which one we want to extract the data on the what location, and method of the extraction for each of data source define whether the extraction process is manual or tool based. And then we look on the extraction frequency for each data source, establish how frequently the data extraction must be done, daily, weekly, quarterly, and so on. Okay, frequency ni mean it will be add up from time to time. And time windows for each data source denote the time window for the extraction process, how long actually the process happen. And the job sequencing determine whether the beginning of one job in an extraction hop stream has to wait until the previous job has finished successfully. Okay, we have to look on this sequencing priorities, which one is to be transferred first and the next one. And exception handling determine how to handle input records that cannot be extracted. Alright, that's on the data extraction. We move on to the data transformation. As you know, transformation convert data as obtained from sources into structures conforming to the common and unified data model, meaning that we change to our data warehouse format. So the transformation basic task is on the selection, splitting, or maybe join. It's conversion, it's summarization, and it's enrichment, whereby this enrichment data happens. This is on the transformation. Oh, sorry. Okay, major transformation types includes the format revisions, decoding of the field, calculated and derived values, splitting of single field, merging of information, character set of conversion, conversion of units of measurement, data time conversion, summarization, key restructuring, and deduplication. Okay, make sure that no duplication in our data. Alright, this is diagram on how the transformation dimension changes happen. From the source, the system data change for dimension, perform the data transformation function, and we do the cleansing of the function, consolidate and integrate the data, determine type of dimension change, and we goes to these three types. Number one type is on this production key, which is the primary key, the foreign key that I shared with you last time. Number two, this one is production of key to new surrogate key, if they require a new foreign key or not. And then last one, this one, production key to existing surrogate key. Maybe we can just apply existing foreign key or primary key to that table or that diagram. Okay. That one, changes are correction of error. Change are applied without any need to preserve the history, which is we take exactly one full of the data. Type 2, change preserve the history in the data warehouse. We do some editing there. And type 3, change are tentative changes where user need to ability to analyze the metric, and with the change or without the change. This one we have to look on this data, is it we want to change or not. Okay. Alright, so there's two data transformation technique. Either we using this transformational tools or using a manual techniques. Okay, on this transformational tools, using a tools, maybe some data transformation tool from this IBM Infospheres ke Informatica, maybe from the Matillion. I think yang famous one is SAP and Oracle. Ada Clover kan, nanti pen tahu apa the transformation data transformation tools, which is company tu need to subscribe or kira macam benda tu lebih kurang macam cloud service database macam tu, but it helps you to transform the data ni lah. Okay. On the using manual technique, mostly is how actually dia punya programmers ataupun dia punya database administrator will transform the data manually lah, without using this transformational tools. But I think most of the company will use on this transformational tool to help them transform the data lah, because it's easy. Okay. Next one, the last step on the data loading. The loading is the last stage of the ETL process. The load function writes the resulting data, example extracted and transformed data, all of the subset of just the changes to a target data repository. Okay, remember that we got this diagram, okay, on here. They're gonna go to the data warehouse, the data repository. Okay, alright. Mana tadi? This one. Okay, there's three techniques here listed on this. Yes, three techniques are listed on this data loading, which is initial load, incremental load, or full refresh. Okay, the first one on the initial load is populating all the data warehouse table for the very first time, while the incremental load is applying ongoing changes as necessary in the periodic manners, which is from time to time. Maybe the periodic tu will be on the weekly ke monthly, or maybe day to day punya increasing of this data ni, changes of the data. And the last one on the full refresh technique is on the completely erasing the content of one or more table and reloading with the fresh data. Initial load is a refresh of all the table. Okay, mostly on the full refresh ni for the first time punya installation lah, it gonna happen. And then most of the time they akan go to initial, which is initially of the first time. Okay, but the full refresh ni, maybe we want to change from one server to another, we do this full refresh. Okay, because maybe a new server to using a new hardware ke, so that it gonna be have to be completely erase the last content table tu and reload with the fresh one. Or maybe we want to change the business punya maybe an old company, we want to change to the new punya business ventures ke, so that we can do this on full refresh. But mostly I think on the database loading will go so incremental load. Alright. Okay, modes of applying data, we got this load, append. Penny is adding actually, and we got also the destructive merge, also the constructive merge. Okay, so I go one by one. On the load is if the target table to be loaded already existed and data exists in the table, the load process wipes out the existing data and applies the data from the beginning. So if the table is empty before loading, the load process simply applied the data from incoming file. So they just change to the new new data lah ni. Load process wipe out the existing data. That's why they change to the new one. On the append, which is add lah sebenarnya, add something, attach something. If the data already exists in the table, append process unconditionally adds the incoming data. That's why I kata adds, preserving existing data in the target table. When an incoming record is duplicate on an already existing record, you may define how to handle an incoming duplicate. The incoming record may be allowed to be added as a duplicate or may rejected during the append process. So this one simply add new data to the database lah. If ada data yang sama, they will maybe ask if you want to replace or change to a new version of data. Okay, and then we got the destructive. Okay, destructive merge, apply the incoming data to the target data. If the primary key of incoming record matched with the key of existing record, update the matching target record if the incoming record is a new record without a match with any existing record. Add the incoming record to the target table. While the constructive merge, if the primary key of an incoming record matches with the key of existing record, leave the existing record. Okay, maksudnya they not change this existing record lah. Add the incoming record and mark the added record as a superseding the old record. Okay, make sure you can distinguish between destructive and constructive ni. If you tak faham juga boleh hafal dia sebenarnya this one. Alright. Okay, that's four modes on this applying data: load, append, destructive, constructive, and we go to the next one, modes of applying data. Okay, this is on the load, append, destructive, on the constructive. The architecture, this after and before, as you can see. For the load, okay, key is the same. Okay, you may change the new one lah. Okay, to the new before, and this one is after. Okay, and this one on the append, just tambah balik. PP ni still ada 111 ni. And for this destructive 123 PP ni, we gonna be changed to something new, AAA. And of course this constructive make, we keep both 123 PPP ni. We got this one, but there's another key which is the same primary key 123, but it been remarked as another okay, additional information on the 123 key. Alright, after initial load, the data warehouse is maintained and keep it up to date by using two methods, which is update and refresh. Update is application of incremental changes in the data sources, while the refresh complete reload at specified interval. Okay, so okay, refresh versus update. Okay, alright, ETL Tools option. Okay, this one yang I cakap on the data transformation tools lebih kurang. Okay, ada IBM, ada Oracle, ada Informatica, yes. And then okay, this one if you want to learn this one, you have to get the professional certificate lah. Of course, if you join big company, you get the opportunity to learn on this one. Or maybe some of the professional certificate, yes, you have to pay actually to join the classes before you can get the exam sebenarnya. Okay, I also don't have the certificate yet, so coming soon, inshallah. Okay, other integration approach, either we use enterprise information integration or maybe enterprise application integration. So either information or application. Okay, I want to explain on this phone. I'm not sure you can Google on this thing. Okay, I try Google this one. What is enterprise EII? Okay, this is on the enterprise information integration. It's the ability to support and unify view of data and information for an entire organization, which is okay, they gonna go combine enterprise data and information into a unique data monitoring interface where data is expressed via uniform representation. Then you can read more information about enterprise information integration on this Wikipedia, maybe Science Direct here. Okay, if the enterprise application, I think this one is the task of uniting the database workflow associated with business application to ensure the data that the business use the information consistently, and that changes to core business data made by one application are correctly reflect to another. Okay, maybe we have several application going on in the company, so that make sure that all that application can produce the same data to the data warehouse that we use. Okay, I think I should amend this slide lah, because it just give this other integration approach, information integration, application integration. Okay, siapa lah buat slide ni? Okay, chapter summary. Okay, this is all the chapter, all the things that we have learned just now. ETL function in the data warehouse are most important, challenging, time consuming and labor intensive. It's hard, as mentioned on the first one. Data extraction is complex because of the disparate source system. Data transformation is difficult because of the wide range of tasks. Data loading is challenging because of the volume of the data. Okay, this is the parts that you have to remember. Several data extraction techniques are available, each with its advantages and disadvantages, of course. Choose the right technique based on the condition in your environment, and of course suits your technical skill, it suits your people manpower, and of course your budget. And the data transformation function encompass data conversion, cleansing, consolidation, and integration. Implement the transformation function using a combination of specialized tools and in-house developed software. Okay, mostly they akan mix on these both specialized tools and this in-house development software. And the data loading function relates to the initial load, regular, periodic, incremental loads, and full refresh from time to time. Formatted to apply data are load, append, destructive merge, and constructive merge. And the last one, tools for ETL function fall into three broad functional categories, which is the data transformation engines, data capture through replication, and code generators. Okay, this is on the chapter summary for data extraction, data transformation, cleaning, what are the things process happens, summarizations, and the initial data loading, metadata updates, and the last one, ongoing loading, which is up to date data on the latest data that we have in the company. Okay, try to answer all these questions. Okay, there are 9 questions here, so if you go through all these 9 questions, you should be cover all this chapter 5 already. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to do this exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay at home. Good day. Thank you. Peace, y'all. Bye.